Hi there, this is John Wilkinson again from History Made Easier. Now, in concluding my series of presentations on the causes of World War I thought it would be useful to apply some of what I've covered to potential questions. I've done 3 from paper 2, so here's 3 from paper 3. The first question. Evaluate the causes of the First World War. I begin with a very general or open question. Open because it leaves it to you what to include. There's no direction in the question. Now, you can't include everything, or methinks you might run out of time. So what to include? Well, it all kicks off with the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in Sarajevo, leading to the July crisis. So, why not say so in your introduction? This way you might earn a mark or 2 from your introduction. Some of you will walk out of that exam hall saying there wasn't enough time. So don't waste it. Earn marks in your introductions. So, now you can get to fundamental causes. And if it ends in Sarajevo, why not begin with what is, after all, the heart of any explanation? The Balkans and the collapsing Ottoman Empire. The clash between Balkan nationalism and the Turks. The clash with Austria-Hungary and Russia, looking on determined to get something out of it, and prevent each other from doing so. Then you could use international anarchy as a means of bringing the alliance system, the arms race, and militarism together in one cohesive paragraph, focusing more where you think it's justified. Then come back to the July crisis and consider the reasons for why the powers acted the way they did. The blank cheque, the Austrian ultimatum to Serbia, and Russian and German mobilization. It's not the only approach. Of course it isn't. You could focus on domestic factors, what countries feared more than what they were ambitious for. You might focus more on Germany. The thing is to present a cohesive explanation. And if you want top marks, you must evaluate the relative significance of whatever points you make. You are, after all, instructed to do so. Evaluate the causes of the First World War. Now, this second question, why did the First World War break out in 1914? May seem similar, but there's a crucially important focus in it, and it gives me the opportunity to ram home what is absolutely crucial advice. Read your questions carefully. There was a crucial instruction in the last question, evaluate, and in this one there's a key date, 1914, and if you miss it, you're unlikely to score top marks. You are instructed to explain. Explain why, but not simply why war broke out, but why war broke out in 1914. Not before, not later, but in 1914. Why not in 1878, when Russia lost out at the Congress of Berlin, or during the Bosnian crisis of 1908-1909, or either of the Moroccan crises of 1905 and 1911? Why was war avoided earlier? Yet were matters really resolved? What was different about 1914? Make that the focus of your answer, and you've set yourself up for top marks. So, to a more specific question, like this one, assess the importance of Balkan nationalism as a reason for the outbreak of the First World War. Again, the question has to be read carefully. You are instructed to assess something, so assess it you must do. Straight away, think of what your conclusion will be. Mine would be it was of utmost importance. The Balkans is, in my view, at the heart of any explanation for World War I, both long-term and short-term. Your view might be different, but that's mine. But you must first assess Balkan nationalism in the context of a weakening Ottoman Empire and against Austro-Hungarian as well as Russian foreign policy. Then you can assess it against other factors. German foreign policy, the alliance system, and so on. It's always the same culprits. The question might change, but the history doesn't. I think you would be better dealing with Balkan nationalism in a couple of paragraphs. The Balkan Wars and Serb nationalism and the assassination, and then consider it against the other factors. I think this would be easier to manage in the heat of the exam room. You should make links though. For example, how Serb nationalism dragged Russia in, and so its allies, well, France at least, and how Austria-Hungary's determination to deal with Serbia once and for all dragged Germany in. But you can also say that other factors, like Weltpolitik, also raised tensions and had little to do with Balkan nationalism. The point I'm hopefully making here is that you need to think about your answer before you start writing like crazy. And the more you practice this, using past questions, the more quickly you'll be able to think through your answer. I know it's easy for me. I've been looking at these questions for more years than I care to remember. But it gets easier for you too, with practice. So, I hope that's useful for you. Remember, there's no such thing as a perfect answer, but there is such a thing as a carefully structured answer, and that is likely to get you a much better grade than one that isn't. Show that you have thought about the question you are answering, and show that you know how to use your knowledge of history. Now don't forget, I may have a tutorial slot available if you're interested. Just get in touch with me or get your parents to at historymadeeasier@gmail.com, and we'll see if we can sort something out. But for now, let me thank you for listening and wish you the very best of luck in your studies. Cheers.